Everything we do is a project. We cook food is a project. You want to go to the market is a project. You want to maybe build a house is a project. You want to travel abroad is a project. You want to go to school is a project. Your career is a project. Your farm is a project. But people don't understand this, that everything we do is a project. And that is why research has shown that 3 to 5 businesses fail within the first 5 years that they start globally. Now, these statistics differ per region, maybe in Africa, Europe, and all of that, depending on other issues. But then, the point I want to make is that I want to show us 3 critical criteria that we must put our eyes on as we manage any project. The last one is very important. These criteria are globally known success criteria for project. And therefore, what is a project, first of all? A project is any set of defined activities that are generated to achieve an objective within a particular period of time. So everything you are doing, there are set of activities that you want to put together intentionally that you want to use to achieve an objective within a particular time period. So time is very important. And I want to use these 3 criteria. First, scope. Scope has to do with how big this project is, how small the project is. What do you want to do? You need to understand in details what your project is required. What is it? You need to see it. That's why in construction, they will make a plan, a complete plan. They will see it, number of blocks that are going to enter in the house. The paint, everything is costed. So they need to see the picture. When you start a farm or you start your career, you don't really understand what it takes. You start a business, you think it's just to go and buy things and put in a store and start selling. You need to understand detailedly what it will cost you, what it is all that you want to do. The second aspect is the money. Costing. Sit down and do a costing. You must not have the money cash. Yes, you could, but you should know how much it costs you to do this. It's important that you should have the money, but then there are other strategies you can use if you don't have the money. You can depend on maybe your salary. You know that you have a work that you're doing. Your job will give you some money consistently for some period. Or you could also maybe depend on a business whatsoever, but you know that money will be coming from XYZ in this for this project to be realized. So finance is very important, and these two are interrelated. Project managers, they use this, they can play around with these two to why they manage a project. For example, the project may be too big and you don't have enough money. They will tell you to break it down. Can we reduce the project so that it can match up with your money? They tell us when we're young that cut your coat according to your size. So what they are doing, they're trying to size up or size down that project so it can match up with your money that you have. That one is basic. But the last one, as I said, is very important: timing. Time is crucial in every project. That's why even the definition of project has to do with time. So if you miss out on time, you complicate the whole issue. For example, if your project was to end in December 2024, and that project did not end, it's still running in 2025, mind you that you are adding more costs to that project. The project managers are managing with time in their mind, the most important thing, that they need to catch up with time. But then, time is a universal currency for all of us. Me and you were given 24 hours every day. Every day that we get up in the morning, it is 24 hours allocated. What are you doing with your own time? What am I doing with my own time? That is basically what is the game changer for all of us. Those who see they are very effective, those who see they are making it big time, shake that their time, they choose their time very well. You will see them always running from one thing to another. Every second counts. Every minute counts. So your time is crucial. It is a universal currency. But the challenge is people don't understand that time is actually a currency. It is given to us. So it is actually kind of money, even though it's not a note, but it's a money that you can trade on. And there are periods that we get into issues of time, but then how can we manage time? How can we come up in a situation of time? For example, your project is stuck and you see that by a certain period of time, you will not be finished. What can you do? The first technique is to bring in overtime. Those who are working, you could stretch them further to work. Maybe if they were to work 8 hours a day, you could stretch them to work more than 8 hours a day. That's overtime. Another aspect of overtime you can bring in is the issue of maybe work over the weekends. people can actually work over the weekend to catch up. That is internal kind of management. But then there's also external approach you can use, which you can also maybe bring in somebody like a consultant. You can also recruit another person who can come and add up with your team so that you can catch up with time. But now notice one thing, all of this that you are doing you have to pay for, because you did not manage time very well. If you are bringing in overtime, you have to pay the staff that are internally for that additional time they are working. If you are bringing in external staff, then you have to pay them for that additional time they are working. So everything is centered around time. So for us to be successful in our project, we must manage the issue of time from the very beginning. So we don't want to extend, because any extension or any means we use to scrap or to scrape the time, we are going to pay for it. So therefore, we have to manage the issue of time very, very fast from the very beginning. So those are the 3 success criteria for project management. If you have any issue, please let's meet at the comment section. Please like and share my videos. Thank you.